Hey everybody, Sanava here, and today I just want to talk a little bit about what my plans are for PoE 2 launch in 2 weeks for the early access on December 6th. So in the last day, GGG dropped their big announcement stream / vid on everything we can expect during early access, to include the campaign, the end game, what classes and ascendancies will be available, as well as some of the skills that you can play with. And one of the things that stuck out to me was, what can we do with minions and Witch? They've been pretty quiet about Witch over the last year or two. They've showcased, Mercenary and Ranger, but we really haven't gotten a lot of information on what minions were going to look like in PoE 2 until the last day. And based on what I saw, it appears that Witch is going to have ascendancies that change her gameplay, but we probably aren't going to get a dedicated ascendancy like we have in PoE 1 for minions. It's possible they might do that with the third ascendancy that has yet to be announced, but I'm kind of skeptical based on the game design I've seen and their intent behind what they're doing. So when I was looking at the different ascendancies between Infernalist and Blood Mage, Infernalist stood out simply because of Bringer of Flame. While not on low Infernal Flame, all damage from you and your minions contributes to Ignite Chance of Magnitude. Now in PoE 1, if you want to play Righteous Fire and you want to go Elementalist, it's kind of not a good time because Righteous Fire doesn't hit, and the tag for Elementalist is hits always ignite. But this here says all damage from you and your minions contributes to Ignite Chance and Magnitude. Now, I'm not sure if Righteous Fire is going to be available in PoE 2. I don't see it as one of the gems that have been data mined. I do see an ability called Solar Orb, and if we take a look at this real quick, you can see that it says it creates a stationary fiery orb that periodically releases an explosion dealing fire damage. Casting this skill again will replace the previous orb. Enemies that are very close to the orb will take burning damage. It has a base explosion radius of 2.5 meters, its duration is 10 seconds, and it pulses every second and a half before you do like any kind of scaling to your character or the gem itself. So what I'm thinking is, you play Infernalist, you go Solar Orb, maybe Righteous Fire if it's in the game, but you use one of those abilities to do your damage and spread Ignite, and then you have Loyal Hellhound, which is another ascendancy node from Infernalist, which gives you a minion that basically can run around and spread Ignite also, but also does 20% of damage from hits taken from their life before yours, so it's just really nice DR. And then with Pyromantic Pact, you take maximum life and energy shield as fire damage when your Infernal Flame caps, but if we're playing Righteous Fire, we're just going to stack fire resistance and life regen, or we can do that anyways to mitigate that downside of that node. And then if you look at the vid on YouTube now from the announcement stream, you can see it looks like they're using the command ability from the permanent minions to send the warrior skeletons in and explode. So we can take a look at that real quick. Let me just bring up that video. So you can see right there, it looks like they used the command ability, those skeletons were on fire, they charged in and then blew up on the pack of mobs. So I'm thinking that that is one of the different minions you could play with. We could probably use SRS, because we saw that in the announcement stream too. So there's different other minions we could use. It looks like SRS isn't a permanent minion though, like the warriors here. So there's different ways we could take this, but I'm thinking Solar Orb or Righteous Fire, we spread Ignite, and then you would just stack minion damage, fire damage, burning damage, damage over time. So this is my plan for what I'll be testing in 2 weeks. I don't know if this will be any good or not. We really don't have like a third-party tool like Path of Building to test anything right now because we're in uncharted waters. One of the cool things about next month is, for a couple weeks, there's going to be a lot of experimentation. There's going to be a lot of figuring things out. And for the last several years in Path of Exile, this has kind of not been the case. There's always been a known meta, or in the case where GGG changes the meta by altering gems or ascendancies, because we have those third-party tools, content creators can pretty definitively find good builds before the league even starts. So we're going to be in a unique situation where for a couple weeks it's just going to be pure discovery and imagination with what you can do. But based on what I saw from yesterday, I think this is what I'm going to start with. I think that playing Infernalist with minions is going to be a lot of fun. How effective it'll be for like pushing endgame, I don't know yet, but that's the joy of Path of Exile. You build new builds, you try different things out. If this is successful, I'll make some subsequent videos, but this is what I'm planning to do in 2 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.